There is, and I'm going to say this clearly, and I rarely say this, I will say with 100% certitude, there was no F-16 struck down. And let me tell you, I wish you shot the F-16 down. But I do not believe you did. And I believe my bona fides as a critic of Pakistan stands for itself. And I'm going to tell you why I don't believe you did, even though I wish you did. My Americanness, my national standing, again, does not hinge upon Pakistan's performance with an aircraft procured from me or via Jordan. Let me walk you through the evidence with a different point of view, one not impinged upon by dependent variable selection bias or confirmation bias. Let's begin with the video. For those of you who don't know me, I spent a lot of time in Pakistan. I've studied languages. The videos, we are told, came from Nowshera. You may not know this. People in Nowshera don't speak Punjabi. The video all show people speaking very tame Punjabi. Oh, kitne bande hain? Wo do bande hain, teen bande hain, oh, kitne parachutes hain? No one in Nowshera speaks like this. This raises questions about the provenance of that video. Let's walk you through what you were told, how it was so obvious, that all that stuff was so obvious. There's nothing obvious about it at all. In the video that Nitin Gokhale, with all of the Bande, which was then reported by ISPR, right, there's actually multiple explanations for these two shoots. And I'm going to walk you through at least 4 that present themselves. First, what we've been told, that one is from the MiG, Bison, and one is from an F-16. Now, how many of you are paratroopers? Any paratroopers in the house? Me. Awesome possum. Great. Isn't it odd that parachutes from 2 very different platforms in that video would look identical? Now, when I talk to my colleagues in the U.S. Army who are paratroopers, including those that are in my class, they find this very dubious. I also find it dubious. It doesn't pass the Bakwas test. Another possibility is that the 2 shoots represented a 2-pilot F-16, and that would explain why the shoots would look so similar. There's no evidence that this was a 2-seater F-16. Another possibility is that this particular MiG Bison had a drogue chute. That would also explain what we saw in the video. And the fourth, and I have to say I'm torn between 3 and 4, is that the video is a fake. I don't say that lightly. They don't speak Punjabi in Nowshera. They speak Hindko. Anyone who speaks Hindko? It's not what they're speaking in that video. Excuse me, we had a fellow here who spoke, with all due respect, sir, I will not be condescended to. There's a fellow who took 3 times the length that I have taken. I'm going to walk through the evidence, and whether or not you choose to listen to it, sir, ye aapki marzi hai, tuadi marzi hai. But I'm going to take my time. I was invited here. I came here from the United States amidst huge jet lag and a very busy schedule. So you, sir, should respect me as I respect you. So there are 4 possible explanations. It is not obvious that one of them is more obvious than the other. 2, Nitin Gokhale, among others, went to very great exertions to prove that it was a GE engine in the down photograph of the aircraft. Now, if you accept that this was a GE engine, well, I got news for you. Pakistan's F-16 does not fly a GE engine. Everyone knows this. So what is it? If it's an F-16, it's something else, but it doesn't fly a GE engine. Sorry, that's just a fact, sir. You might not like it, but that's just the way it is. I didn't make the engine. I didn't tell the F-16 folks what engine to put in there. Everyone knows it flies a Pratt Whitney. The radar data. This is the most distressing thing as an analyst. Radar is essentially Doppler. And for those of you who don't know what Doppler is, I'm going to explain it to you. Doppler works like this. We send a frequency of noise, spectrum. It bounces off an object, and it comes back. And what the device measures is the change in frequency as a result of hitting the device. And we put it through an algorithm which converts those changed frequencies into the object. F-16 is known for not having a terribly large, what we call radar cross-section. What happens in mountainous terrain is called a Doppler effect. And the way this works is, and you can imagine it, where the aircraft were flying, it's a mountainous terrain, you have the noise bouncing off of the different mountain peaks. And so this actually creates in the radar a lot of noise, a lot of signal to noise. And effectively what happens is that the different frequencies bouncing off the mountain can give the illusion that an object has disappeared. So the only way these radar images can show definitively that an F-16 has been down is if we have the continuous video of that to show that the thing went down and it never came back. The other thing, and again, one of my students is an imagery analyst, the pictures that you just saw, they actually don't map onto one another. If you look across the pictures, the ratio of the images and the lovely diagrams that you saw that were so obviously labeled so that you could think you understand what you saw, the aspect ratio is not maintained across the images. Now, this is a problem. Again, I don't care what you believe. I'm simply telling you what the rest of the world believes. And Pakistan also knows what did or did not happen. And the reason why we care about the facts, again, is about conflict escalation and de-escalation, which is why all of us at Analyst, we care about this, right? We care about the facts, not the politics of the facts, as Klaus